It's good morning time. It's good morning time. It's good morning time. Wake up. It's good morning time. It's good morning time. It's good morning time. Wake It's a new day. It's time to stretch. The sun is shining. Big day ahead. My feet are moving. I'm gonna dance and eat my breakfast. And now I'm clapping my hands. Come on. It's good morning time. 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 I know God made me. I know He loves my friend forever. No matter what. He's pretty awesome. I'm gonna dance. His name is Jesus. And now I'm clapping my hands. Because it's good morning time. 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 So touch your head, touch your nose, touch your knees now, touch your toes. Look to the left, look to the right. Now stretch it out. We're doing all right. It's good morning time. 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 Wake up. It's good morning time. It's good morning time. It's good morning time.
Fireworks, it was awesome. We hope you had a really great 4th of July. And this week, we're back on our 4th week of Hoblitzelle home. It's going to be a great week.
Indescribable.
Indescribable.
Yep, and you know, when I think about that, I look outside and I see the beautiful world around us, and we're reminded that God is so great and creative. He made the birds in the sky and the planets and the animals.
Yeah, we're going to see more of that this week.
Yes.
And Jesus was so creative too. And we learn in the Bible, He tells stories to His followers called parables that we can read too. And that helps us just to understand a little bit about how we can be part of God's kingdom.
I love that.
And also, God created us in His image.
Yes, He did.
And we are created to make music and art and be so creative, and that makes us reflect His image. We can build skyscrapers and cars, and it's just so awesome.
Just anything. But you know what that helps remind me of is that we have a really awesome Bible story today, and I'm really excited to hear it. So we'll see y'all in a little bit.
Bye.
Genesis, chapters 1 and 2.
In the beginning, the very beginning, before the first breath, before the first flash of color, before the first moment in time, there was nothing. Nothing. Nothing except God. But when God saw nothing, He saw a blank canvas. He saw the perfect backdrop for a work of art beyond imagination. So, God created. From absolutely nothing, He brought forth the heavens and the earth. But there was no shape or form. God's Spirit hovered over the dark emptiness. Then, God called out,
Let there be light.
Brilliant light shattered the darkness like golden trumpets on a still morning. Bright rays shimmered and danced in all the hues of the rainbow. God saw the light was good. He divided the light from the dark, calling the light day and the darkness night. Evening and morning together shaped the very first day of all time. Then God said,
Let there be a huge space between the waters. Let it separate water from water.
By His words alone, God shifted the waters, leaving a vast arching space above, the sky. Evening and morning rolled past, the second day. God lifted His voice again.
Let the water under the sky be gathered into one place. Let ground appear.
Dry land shrugged its way out of the water. Islands and vast continents and gritty deserts and towering mountains. God called the dry ground land, and He called all the gathered waters seas. But God had even bigger plans for this day.
Let the land produce plants, and let there be trees on the land.
In moments, tall grasses unfurled across the plains, and giant redwoods shot up from the dirt. Flowers and grapevines and carrots and corn sprouted and flourished. God saw that all of it was good. That evening and morning closed out the third day.
Let there be lights in the huge space of the sky. Let them separate the day from the night.
At the sound of God's voice, the blazing sun exploded into being. The silvery moon spun out. Stars and galaxies flooded into space, filling the universe. Pew, pew, pew. God set the sun to rule the day, and the moon to rule the night. And God saw it was good. That evening and morning made up the fourth day. But God wasn't done painting his masterpiece just yet.
Let the seas be filled with living things. Let birds fly above the earth and across the huge space of the sky.
Instantly, the seas and rivers and ponds writhed with dolphins and octopi, salmon and minnows. Eagles soared and bluebirds nested, while ostriches stretched their long necks. God saw they were good. That evening and morning formed the fifth day. But God kept working on his creation.
Let there be livestock and creatures that move along the ground and wild animals.
At once, animals of every kind appeared. Elephants thundered through the forests, and squirrels darted up tree trunks. Monkeys chattered, and pigs rolled happily in the mud. God saw it was all good. But he had one more creation in mind.
Let us make human beings so that they are like us. Let them rule over the fish and the birds. Let them rule over all the animals.
Then, with his own hands, God formed the very first man and the very first woman, Adam and Eve.
I'm me. And you are you.
And this place? It's beyond words.
Unlike the animals, God made people in his image to reflect him.
Have children and fill the earth. Rule over the fish and the birds and every living creature. I am giving you every plant on the earth for food.
God looked over everything he had created and saw that it was very good. That evening and morning were the sixth day. And on the seventh day, God rested. I mean, his work was finished. His glorious creation was complete. But because God had formed people in his image, they too could reflect his imagination and creativity. The possibilities ahead of them were endless.
Well, we really enjoyed that Bible story, and we look forward to getting to hear more about that in our bunk times. And we're gonna stop right now, and our friend Natalie is gonna bring us our bottom line for today.
Yes. See ya.
The bottom line for today is there is no limit to God's creativity.
All right, thanks, Natalie. We really enjoyed that, and you did a great job, but it also brings us to our memory verse this week, which our counselors are going to help us with. So take it away, guys.
Lord, you are great.
You are really worthy of praise.
No one can completely understand
how great you are. Psalm 145:3.
That's awesome.
That was great.
How about we're going to join in and say it again one more time.
Yes.
Lord, you are great. You are really worthy of praise. No one can completely understand how great you are. Psalm 145:3.
You know, I really enjoyed when they do the memory verse, and I really hope that you get to learn the memory verse for this week. But we've made it to one of my favorite parts of the day, and that's the pledge. So we'll see you there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning time, it's good morning time.
today we've got some really great activities planned, and we're going to join together in our captivity in our bunk room. That's going to be led by Mr. Colton, and we're going to learn a bit more about creation that we just heard about today in the story. So we're going to see you there real soon. Bye.
Bye.
Happy Monday.